Yandex and MIPT. The topic is devoted to web graph models using space preferential attachment models.
Thank you very much. So today I will discuss some new random graph model which is based on the idea of preferential attachment and on the idea of recency. So this talk is based on joint work with my colleague Igor Sneslad. So let me start with a brief introduction and some very basic preferential attachment models. So first of all, what we want to model? We want to model large real-world networks like World Wide Web, Internet, graph, etc. And it was noticed that all such networks they have some typical properties. For example, they are sparse, they have small diameter, they have power degree distribution, which means that the number of vertices of degree d decreases as d to the power of minus gamma, where gamma is some parameter which is usually between 2 and 3. And also they have a large clustering coefficient, which roughly speaking means that they have a lot of triangles. And the most well-known model of such large networks is the preferential attachment model, which was suggested by a lot of authors in some modifications. So the basic idea is that we start with some graph. At each step we add one vertex and edges. And the probability that this new vertex will be connected to some previous vertex I is proportional to its degree. So this is so-called Ricci phenomenon. So the larger is the degree of the vertex, the larger the probability that this vertex will get more and more edges. And so also, yes, and one property of this model is that the degree distribution in this model actually so it's power law. So it was proven that for all degrees in this range, the fraction of vertices of degree d is close to alpha md, which decreases as e to the power of minus 3. So here we get power law degree distribution with parameter 3. And also today I'm interested in so-called fitness model. It is a modification of preferential attachment models. So the idea is that vertices can get more and more edges, not only because of their current degree, but also because of some the properties. So there are, for example, in the internet, there are some high-quality pages and there are some low-quality pages, and the probability that high-quality pages will get more edges is higher. So now again, at each step we add one vertex and their edges, but now the probability that new vertex will be connected to some previous vertex I is proportional not only to the degree, but to the product of fitness of this vertex and degree of this vertex. And usually fitness, for each vertex, fitness is sampled from some distribution, and actually different distributions of fitness were analyzed, and also the degree distribution in this model was analyzed for different distributions of fitness. But if you want to get power law here, power law degree distribution, then actually fitness should be constant. So only for preferential attachment model here we can get power law degree distribution. And so now let me briefly talk about some experimental observation which motivated us to modify this fitness model and to suggest a new one. So we analyzed the following function E of t, which is the fraction of edges which connect vertices with edge difference greater than t. So we analyzed this function for some real-world data. So we used the public data set where we have some media pages and some edges between these pages. And for each page we know its time of appearance. And so for each edge we can compute the difference between times of appearance of these endpoints, and we can load this function E of t. And so it is easy to see that this function decays fast, and it's exponential actually, and so this means that there are a lot of edges which connect close pages with close times of appearance, and there are very small number of edges, small number of long edges which connect vertices with large difference of between edges. So it is actually easy to see that this behavior of E of t is not typical for both preferential attachment and fitness models, because for these models, all vertices actually they have large degrees, and the probability that new vertex will connect to some old vertex is very high. So this contradicts with this observation, and so we created so-called recency-based model. So let me now describe this model. We want to construct a sequence of random graphs, and this sequence has two parameters: vertex out degree, the same as before, and some integer function fn, and also let q of I be quantities of vertices independent random variables. And we also define each graph in this sequence according to its own constructed procedure, which is based on preferential attachment. So at each graph G sub n is defined independently of other graphs according to some constructed procedure. So now let me describe this. So we start with some graph on two vertices and one edge between them. These two vertices, they have qualities Q of 1 and Q of 2. Now at each step, we add one vertex and m edges from this vertex. This new vertex also has some quality, let's say Q of t plus 1. And now neighbors of new vertex are chosen with probabilities proportional to the attractiveness. And what is the difference from preferential attachment and fitness models is that now attractiveness looks like this. So here we have several options. First, we may include or not include quality here as a fitness model. So also we may include or not include current degree of the vertex. And we add one more new factor, so-called recency factor, which may also we may include or not include. So here, if we have recency factor, this means that now the attractiveness of vertex of some vertex I actually decays exponentially with its age. So here t minus I is current age of vertex I, and so if vertex becomes older, then it also becomes less and less attractive. So now it is easy to see that if here attractiveness is just the degree of vertex I, then we get standard preferential attachment model. If it's product of quality and degree, then we get fitness model. So now let me first talk about some hypotheses and then prove some results. So from mean-field approximation, it follows that if attractiveness of vertex is product of quality and recency factor, and also quality is distributed according to the power law, then we also get power law degree distribution here. And also the second hypothesis is that, so this also follows from mean-field approximation, if attractiveness is actually product of degree, quality, and recency factor, and now if quality is exponentially distributed, then we also get power law degree distribution of vertices. And now, and also actually it was shown experimentally that this first attractiveness function, so if we have this first attractiveness function, then this model describes some real world data better than this more complicated second model. So now I will consider this case and prove some results about this. First of all, let me discuss degree distribution for this model. So now we assume that attractiveness function is the product of quality of vertex and this exponential function. Also, we assume that quantities have Pareto distribution with this density function. And in this case, we can prove the following theorem. If we have some conditions on D and N, then we get that the fraction of vertices of degree D decreases as d to the power of minus gamma minus 1. So with the same, so we get parallel degree distribution with the same parameter as we have for qualities, the distribution of qualities. And so conditions are that d should, first of all, d should increase and it should be rather small comparing with this parameter n and compared with this function. So let me say a few words about proof of this result. So the proof consists of two steps. First, we want to prove some concentration of the total attractiveness of all vertices, and then, given this concentration, we can actually estimate the expected number of vertices of degree d. So we denote by Q of t the total attractiveness of all nodes at t step, and it is easy to see that this overall attractiveness is close to n times the expected quality of vertex. And we want to estimate the probability of this total attractiveness to deviate from this expected value. In particular, we want to consider the following. So we consider some vertex P with some quality Q. And we want to estimate the following value. The total attractiveness of all vertices when the h of P equals I. So we have vertex P, we have attractiveness at each step, and we want to estimate the probability that attractiveness of all nodes at several next steps will not deviate much from the average attractiveness. So actually the following theorem holds. If we assume that attractiveness of some vertex P, if quality of some vertex P is not very large, then we can estimate the probability that the overall attractiveness not deviate much from its average for the next n times some function P of n steps. So we know the concentration of attractiveness if the quality of P is not very large, and we know its concentration for the several steps after the appearance of a vertex P. So this theorem can be proved the following way. We can notice that if we know the sum of attractiveness at some step equals I, then the average total attractiveness at the next step is just previous total attractiveness times this constant, aging constant, because qualities of all vertices now become smaller by this factor, plus the average quality of new vertex we added at this step. And so, therefore, we can show that this x sub I is a martingale. So for this sub-martingale value of x sub I, we can use Dup's inequality, and we can show that this probability that this maximum for the n times q of n steps is larger than some x can be estimated like this, with some beta greater than 1. So here, first of all, we can forget about this, because this is some constant greater than 1. And now we need to estimate just this expectation. And so this Q, total attractiveness, is just sum of independent random variables. So if these variables they have second moment, then we can just take v2 equals 2 and estimate, and here we just get variance. And if these qualities, if they don't have second moment, then we can just take v equals alpha, and again we can estimate the us to estimate this moment of the sum of random variables. So from this, actually, the theorem on concentration follows. And now, if we know the concentration, then we can get the expectation of the number of vertices of degree D. So we consider the following function rho of QD, which is the probability that the vertex of quality Q will finally get degree D. And if we know this function, then we can just compute the number of vertices of degree D. And as this integral, here we have just the density of quality, and here we have this function, this conditional probability. And so if we want now to estimate this integral, we can notice that for if Q is large, then we can easily estimate this. And if Q is small, then we know the concentration of attractiveness. But we know the concentration of attractiveness only for several steps after the vertex P was created. But we can show that we have no long edges. So we can estimate the probability that there is at least one edge from some vertex P plus I to vertex P, and this probability decreases exponentially with the difference of edges between P plus, yes, the difference of edges between vertices. So we have no long edges, and now we can use this result of the concentration of attractiveness for several steps after Q is created. So we can estimate this rho of QD. It is rather easy to do because we can just choose edges. We can sum over all I sub j. This is edges from which edges going to our vertex. We can just here multiply the probability that we have these edges because we know the average attractiveness, and also multiply by the probability that we have no more edges. And so this function can be approximated by this value, and finally we can just integrate the obtained function and get the expectation of the number of vertices of degree D, as it was stated in the theorem. But now, to finally get the power law degree distribution, we want to show concentration of the number of vertices of degree D near its expectation. And so, for this model, this concentration can be proved just by using Chebyshev's inequality. In order to apply this inequality, we want to estimate the variance of the number of vertices of degree D. So we want to estimate this sum of this difference between the probability that the degree of vertex I equals D and degree of the vertex J equals D minus the product of these probabilities. So how we can prove it? We can notice that this equality holds. So if we consider a vertex, if we assume that vertex I is less than J, then the degree of a vertex I in a graph on J vertices is independent of the degree of vertex J in final graph. Therefore, this equality holds. And if we know this equality, and we also know that the probability of long edges is small, then we can estimate, we can use these facts to estimate this difference, and then we can sum all these values over all pairs of vertices and get this value. And finally, Chebyshev's inequality just gives us the concentration. And also I want to talk a little about recency property in this graph. Let me remind that Q of t is the fraction of edges in the graph which connect vertices with difference greater than t. And so as we already discussed, this function in real data it decays exponentially. And so now we want to analyze this function here. And it is very easy to compute the expected value of Q of t. Since we can estimate the probability that an edge from vertex k goes to some vertex I, expression, from the number of edges. So E of t is not, with rather high probability, is not deviate much from its expectation. So this concentration is even easier to prove because all edges are actually independent. So, and for this function, we get that it actually behaves exponentially as it was observed in real data. So that's actually all.
Questions, please? Yes.
Do you feel that this model can have some dicey complications?
So actually some modifications of this model, they actually have practical complication, and we even used it, some modification of this model twice in